First tonight, Jude Bellingham has hit out at the media for making him feel like a scapegoat after England lost the Euros final to Spain. Bellingham says he wasn't happy with the media disturbing his family during the tournament and revealed his grandmother was afraid to leave her house.
I think, like I said, when I've reviewed the games, I felt like my form has been okay. Well, pretty good, to be honest. I just haven't been scoring goals, and that's not the reason why. I've got to be honest, I think I lost my smile a lot after the Euros when it came to playing for England because of, I don't know, I felt like I was a little bit mistreated in comparison to what I contributed. I felt like some of it was a bit harsh on me. I think I felt a bit like the scapegoat. Maybe I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself, and I think that camp with a lot of new faces really brought out the joy in my game again. I think you could see that in the two games, but in general, I hadn't lost my smile in the Madrid shirt. Obviously, I'm annoyed when we lose, and I get frustrated and I get upset when we lose, but it's never a case of not being happy. You know, I'm the luckiest lad in the world. I get to play week in, week out for the biggest club in the world and represent my country. So, yeah, I think that was more to do with a little bit of how I was treated on the back of the Euros, but yeah, smile is back.
You said you felt like you were maybe a scapegoat for the Euros. Could you maybe expand on what exactly you felt? Was that the media putting pressure on you, or what was it?
For me, pressure's not a problem. I understand that playing for Real Madrid, the expectations are going to be high for me wherever I go, even if it's with the national team. And you know, I felt like I contributed some pretty big moments, and in the end, it felt like the kind of whole world was kind of crumbling down on me after the Euro, especially after the 3 days following the final. And you know, it wasn't a nice feeling. There was a few things that happened during the tournament. I think one of the big criticisms of me was that I didn't speak to the media. I didn't want to do any press conferences, and I think that was reported in a way that made it sound like I think I'm above it. It's not that at all. I had some personal things going on where journalists had gone to go and see members of my family whilst I was at the tournament. Went to visit my grandparents, you know, and it's something I've kept to myself, and you know, I don't think that's fair. I think that crosses the line of respect. You know, I think that's where for me I took it a little bit personally and decided that I'll just focus on the football and try and let that do the talking instead of talking in the press to people that seemingly don't respect me. You know, that was a big thing for me. You know, I think my family comes first. My nan didn't want to leave her house for the whole summer, bless her. So I think maybe I should have communicated that before so people understood my situation, but that was a little bit more personal to me, and that's why I decided not to, just to keep my mouth shut.
Jude Bellingham, how good is he? Well, he also distanced himself from reports that he's actively encouraging Trent Alexander-Arnold to join him at Real Madrid. The Liverpool fullback is, of course, out of contract at the end of the season. Bellingham says it would be disrespectful to discuss a potential move to Real Madrid.
Well, I'll be playing alongside him next season for England anyway, hopefully, so that will be a guarantee. But, you know, he's a Liverpool player, and I think it's disrespectful, especially to come to his home today and speak with the huge game tomorrow, to speak something that could be misconstrued or anything like that. So I think it's important to take that kind of pressure off him, and obviously he's a really good mate of mine and I want him to do really well, normally, obviously not tomorrow night, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, he's a Liverpool player.
Well, Bellingham would have been playing alongside Alexander-Arnold at club level had he chosen to join Liverpool instead of Madrid last year. But in a memorable quote, he told reporters that when Real Madrid comes knocking, it shakes the whole house.
It probably wasn't as close as a lot of the media made out. You know, I had conversations with a few clubs on leaving Borussia Dortmund. I made that decision. Then they gave me permission to speak to a few clubs. And, you know, one thing I have to say is all the clubs that I spoke to were very respectful of me and my family, which for me is a huge value and something that I really respected. So I don't want to say anything that sounds disrespectful to them. But, you know, when Real Madrid come knocking on the door, you know, it shakes the whole house, and it's one that you can't, it's hard not to open and accept. So I think, like I've said before, it's not a fact, it's not a matter of the other teams weren't good or they were bad when I spoke to them. It was just that Real Madrid are on a different level.
Well, he also rallied behind his teammate Vinicius Jr, claiming the Brazilian should have won the Balon d'Or ahead of Manchester City's Rodri. Well, Madrid boycotted the awards in Paris last month when it became apparent that their players aren't or weren't going to win that top award.
We won the Champions League. That was our Balon d'Or. You know, that's the highest thing you can win as a club. That's for us, the team being recognised as the best team in the world. Us being the team to beat in Europe, if you like. And for me, that's probably enough. You know, I don't think too much into the Balon d'Or stuff. You know, there was a lot of talk about it. Me personally, I think it should have went to someone of Madrid. Particularly Vini. In my opinion, I don't think Rodri's an unworthy winner at all. I think he's an amazing player. I just felt because of the season we had as a team that it would have been reasonable.